I'm here at Greenwood Cemetery today in Jackson, Mississippi, with the oldest landmark in Jackson, authorized by Mississippi legislator on January 1st, 1823. It was later expanded for 6 to 22 acres, giving it its present name. Among these buried here are numerous governors, public officials, teachers, clergy, and Confederate soldiers. 2001 claimed author Adore Welty was buried here, listed in the National Register of Historic Places. Greenwood, the main cemetery during Jackson's first 50 years of existence. Let's go check it out. Hey guys, Gray here from the Southern Ghost. We are at Greenwood Cemetery today on the hunt for Adore Welty's grave. Now we're in the heart of Jackson right now, and this lady was a Pulitzer Prize winner, storyteller, captured the voices and humor and struggles of the South. And she rests here in the cemetery that Greenwood Cemetery.
Adore Welty. Wikipedia. Visitors to the cemetery often reflect on Welty.
Now, Greenwood Cemetery was established in 1822, making it one of the oldest landmarks in Jackson. A place where rose blooms, tree shades pass, and the history whispers every marker. Many governors, many generals, everyday Mississippians are buried here, but among the South's most celebrated is Adore Welty. Here's a little stopping spot, kind of reflection, I guess, of the cemetery. Let's go in here and see what is in here. Ooh. Don't know exactly what's in here, but looks like some people have been drinking some sodas. It has that old-timey smell in here. The wood kind of creaks when you walk on it. Somebody's shoe. So walk these the graveyard. There's a difference between a graveyard and a cemetery, from what I understand. I think a cemetery is something along this, like this, but a graveyard is associated with a church, or it might be vice versa. I can't remember. But as we sit here, here's a memorial to the Confederate dead. Long and forgotten in a lot of ways. Confederate flag still flies over their graves. Confederate burial ground. Over 450 Confederate soldiers who have died around Jackson during the Civil War are buried here. Their names are known, but not their names are known, but not the exact site of each grave. As some were reburied here from graves that they fell, as Jackson awaited the final surrender, citizens inspired by Sue Landon Vaughn, gathered here to decorate the soldiers' graves. Inscribed in the Confederate monument on the old Capitol Green are the words "Decoration Day originated in Jackson, Mississippi, April 26, 1865. Now there's some other grave cemeteries that make that claim, such as Friendship Cemetery in Columbus, Mississippi. But this is one of them that they did that, where Memorial Day started. At the bottom it says Captain John Payne Price Stevens, Thomas Martin Murphy, Felix Magan, Captain Lawrence Perkins, I'll let you read that. Big Confederate flag in the middle of that. For our Confederate dead, 1861 to 1865. Another Confederate flag memorializing Jefferson Davis, President of the Confederacy. Most of these guys are unknown. Unknown Confederate soldier, unknown, 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 unknown. All of these were unknown. A private in the 47th Infantry, CSA. In the distance you see Jackson. Many unknown. Great big magnolia tree planted in their memory. Many unknown still. If you want to pause this, please do. But a prayer for the Confederate dead. The Southern Historical Preservation Society have determined that over 900 Confederate soldiers were buried in the cemetery between 1861 and 1865. Big erected monument. See who this is for. Let's get the head, turn off the angel. Edmund Richardson. Must have been a real important guy. I may have to look him up a little bit later. But we're looking for Eudora Welty's grave. I can't really remember where she is. I don't even know where she's buried, to be honest with it. But stay tuned. Here's Josiah Adams Patterson Campbell's grave. Born March the 2nd, 1830 in South Carolina. He was a lawyer, public official, practiced law. Died January 10th, 1917. He's Lieutenant Colonel of the 44th Mississippi Infantry Regiment. This one says, my cousin, Maggie Miller, died January 22nd, 1928. My sister. Very cool. Well, folks, it's getting late. I've been up in this cemetery for way too long looking for Eudora Welty's grave. And I cannot find it anywhere. May have to come back another day. But I'm sure I will film it. Maybe. Eudora Welty's pretty cool. She aight, you know. So, but we saw a lot of cool stuff in the cemetery. A lot of good Civil War history, a lot of good generals. Let's check you out later. The vlog. Almost over. We're just going a little downtown Jackson right now. Checking out the scenes. Jackson's a lot bigger than most would think. They do got a cool roundabout here, which I guess I'm gonna keep on going right. Here next to the King Edward Hotel. Sun's kind of blaring in your view.